If you've seen the book Tops and Bottoms, you know about that clever rabbit that tricked the lazy bear into taking parts of the garden plants he couldn't eat. So which parts of the plant are the ones you can eat? Before we then answer that question, we are going to do an activity together. We are going to dissect this tomato plant to find out what the different plant's parts are and what they do. So do this with us. The roots do an incredibly important job of holding onto the soil. So we're going to use this bucket of water to remove some of that soil. And it cleans the soil so really well because it has an important job of holding the plant in place. It doesn't matter if the winds blow, those roots do such an amazing job of keeping the plant still. They also do the job, as the water percolates into the soil, of drinking the water, absorbing the water into the roots so the plant gets all the water it needs. The other thing they're able to do, this is pretty amazing, those roots are able to soak up nutrients from the soil. And the nutrients in the soil are kind of like the vitamins that our body needs to be able to live and grow. The plants need those same nutrients that are found in the soil to live and grow themselves. We're going to take the roots, dry them off a little bit. Look how long these roots are. We're going to clip right at the bottom, and we are going to take this part of the plant and set it right next to our roots label. The next thing we have is the stem. The stems are so important because it holds the plant up, and it allows the roots to take all of those nutrients and water and carry it to the rest of the plant. So I'm going to clip away all these parts that are not part of the stem, and we are going to set it on our roots. On our stem label. All right, here we go. That's our stem. Then these leaves are amazing. The leaves are what make the plant such an important part of what the plants can do. Nothing in the world can do what plants do because these leaves are able to take the energy from the sun and change it into plant food that feeds the plant. So all of these leaves we're going to put in our leaves section of our chart that we're starting here. Okay, you probably saw some of these. These little guys are our flowers. All of the parts of the plant have a job to do for the plant. And these flowers are not to look pretty. The job of the plant is to make fruit and seeds so other plants can grow. Without these flowers and the pollinators and butterflies and bees that are part of helping them to pollinate and make seeds, we would have no other new additional plants. Now you probably recognize what this one is. This is the fruit of the plant. But if I put it down on my chart here, I'm thinking, wait a minute, I'm missing the seeds. So where are the seeds of the plant? Because seeds don't just come in seed packets like this. Where are the seeds? Well, the seeds are inside the fruit. So we're going to take this fruit, this tomato part, and we're going to cut it in half, and we're going to see some seeds starting to grow. And if you look in this one, the seeds are not as mature as this larger tomato that I have here. We can see a few more seeds. Or this fully mature tomato. If I cut this one in half, I can see a lot more of those seeds. So these seeds, once they dry, are what's going to be put into things like this, a tomato seed packet, so we can put in the ground for those to be able to grow. So we know that all of these parts of the plants, the roots, the stems, the leaves, the flowers, and the fruits and the seeds, are all parts of plants that are edible across different plants. You usually don't have one plant that has all the parts of the plants that are going to be edible. So we're going to do something together. We're going to start, and we're going to challenge you to see which parts of the plants are edible on different plants. So we're going to challenge you to see if you can do this with us. Let me move this stuff out of the way. We've got a chart, and if you're able to do this challenge with us, this is the chart you're able to print at jmgkids.us/eatingplantparts. And we're going to take this chart, we're going to have you cut out this section here in the middle and cut out each of these tabs. And we're going to try to sort these, we're going to classify these based on which part of the plant they come from. So we're going to do the first few together and see if you can finish up the rest on your own. The first is the carrot. Now, we have some carrots here. A carrot is a taproot. It's a root of the plant. And before this was a carrot that we could eat, before it was a vegetable that we would be able to have maybe at dinner time, it was a root that was in the ground absorbing water and nutrients for the plant. So this is a root. So we're going to move this to the root section of the plant here on our chart. What about our corn? This was something that was featured in the Tops and Bottoms book. And let me get some corn here for as an example, because corn is a great one. Some people don't know this, but if you pull back the corn cob, you see the kernels, and each one of those kernels is a seed. So these seeds, if we took them out and dried them, they would be able to grow a whole new corn plant all to their own. So these are seeds, the corn are seeds, and we're going to add this to the seed part of our chart. And we know that our tomato is a fruit of the plant. So we're going to add this to the fruit section. It's the edible part, is a fruit. Our challenge to you is to use this chart, finish sorting all these different edible plant parts to the part of the plant they come from. And when you're finished, we want you to check your work. If you go to the JMG website, jmgkids.us/eating plant parts, you can click on a video to check your work there. And we want to see your work. If you finish your work, have a picture with you and your work, have your parents post on their social media, and use the hashtag JMGKids. We'll pick some of you to win a JMG garden pack of JMG t-shirt and stickers. We are thankful that you're with us today, and we will see you next time.